What's going on, guys? We need to talk about some of these stocks that are highly shorted. So what I did pull up was a recent short interest kind of list here. And what I'm looking at is BYND. Okay, I'm going to make kind of a more in-depth video on a bunch of these stocks that I know a lot of retail traders like to trade. But, as we know, a lot of short-term stocks have been absolutely getting hammered. I mean, absolutely obliterated all of 2021 and into 2022. One of those stocks being Beyond Meat. Now, I remember trading this stock when it was way higher. I mean, I'm talking way higher, right? So it's kind of like, sad but also amusing at the same time when you look down and you see, man, this stock is trading at $20. Now, let me just keep something in mind and bring something to everyone's attention. When we come out of this bear market, there will be some stocks that do get left behind, okay? What stocks are those going to be is yet to be determined. It's all based on the company's fundamentals and, the future growth of that company, but definitely 100% there will be stocks that you will look back on and remember trading that were X price and that are now X price, meaning that, they were way up here at one point in time and now they're trading way down at the bottom of the barrel. I'm not saying that that's going to be BYND, but what is starting to interest me about Beyond Meat is the fact that we're looking at a 40% short interest rate on a $56.82 million float. So with that being said here, one thing that I kind of do want to point out is that BYND is approaching the 20-day moving average. So that's going to be the 20 SMA on my chart. That's going to be the purple line here. Now, if you guys can kind of go back to that 2020 when we came off those bottoms and we had, aggressive rallies to the upside, there was so much money to be made. Now, for you investors that have been averaging down and you guys are kind of, that longer term hold, 3 to 5 year holds, I think that if you've got some good quality names and you've been adding to your positions as we've been moving down, you guys are going to be okay. Now, if we talk about some of you guys who are looking to, day trade, or some of you guys who are looking to be interested in swing trading some of these stocks, here's some things that we can kind of keep on note. So BYND, what's going to be our absolute max pain? Our absolute max pain on something like BYND, if you're trading equities, is going to be somewhere down here around $20. I think that if we do lose this, this channel line of $20, we possibly can come back down to that, the 1849 level. If we lose the 1849 level, all bets are off. All bets are off for a continued downslope on BYND. So that first area of support we would be looking for is around $20.50, and then below that is going to be $18.63. But to the long side, this is where the bigger trade can be. This is where some of these shorts can start to get squeezed out on the short term. Now, if we do get over, okay, this 20-day moving average as well as this channel line here that's currently sitting, and I'm going to call it a break even $30. If BYND can start to close over $30, this puppy has room to run, and it can run a lot. I'm talking 10% a day, 20% a day for a week, 2 weeks time, all the way back up to 38.72. So 38.72, I think, is where we get some consolidation and some choppiness action. Definitely, you're going to want to be taking profits on the way up. Make sure to come back to this YouTube video if that happens and comment and let me know how much money you guys made if you guys do get in over the 20-day moving average here, or let's call it a price of $30. $30 definitely has room to 38. Again, I'm not saying this is going to be all in one day. This can kind of be a swing trade. We're going to kind of have to let this trade go. Our short-term support that we have here is 25.68. If you're looking to swing trade this and you're looking to let it work and do its thing, I would definitely say let's use $25 as a stop, because obviously we know if we lose this support, we do have room back down to $20. Let's save ourselves that loss of $5 a share on that. Now, if we get over $30, I think we kind of let it wiggle. As long as we stay over the 5 and 10-day moving average, we let it wiggle, let it chop around, let it do whatever it needs to do, and we kind of ride and take profits into the $35, $38 area. Now, the big key spot that we have yet to reclaim, going all the way back here to you guys, and I would have to bring up the monthly chart, but I'm already back in 2021 of November. Once we were below the 50-day moving average, we've never reclaimed it. So that's why, as good as it's going to sound that the stock's just going to explode through the moon here, one thing that we have to keep in mind is it's literally been about 6 or 7 months since we've been over the 50-day moving average. So as we come into that $38 area, make sure you take profits, okay? Don't be a dummy. Don't be, so hard-headed to where you think that this is going all the way back to $70. It could, but what I'm saying is at least lock in some profits at that $38 level and then kind of reevaluate your trade. Last thing you want to see this thing do is go all the way up to $38, get slammed, and come racing all the way back down to 24 and even $20. That's the last thing we want to do. But definitely you guys are going to want to keep an eye on some of these stocks that have a high short interest right now, especially as the market does start to, short-term squeeze. Some of these plays out as that momentum builds. Again, it's very, very early to say if that's the bottom. I'm not going to sit here and say that, we're not going to make new lows across the board. We could definitely do that. But what we want to do is we want to make some money while we can, where we can. I think BYND presents a fantastic opportunity over $30.